Hello, my name is Michelle Saint, and I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach. I train people in person in Auckland, New Zealand, and I also coach people online as well. I love being a coach, but I haven't always been a coach. I have had many careers, but I became a coach a few years ago after going through my own quite major body transformation about 7 or 8 years ago. So I used to be quite a bit of a party girl. I used to drink a lot of alcohol and I used to eat whatever I wanted. I used to run for exercise occasionally, but in general, I would say I was pretty unhealthy and I was quite unhappy. I was in a bit of a shit relationship, if I'm honest, and just, yeah, felt crap about life, had to drag myself out of bed, always had a hangover, rubbish energy. I was bloated. I had very low self-esteem. I was overweight, and it was just not a fun existence for a young woman. So I had a bit of a transformation, and now I'm living a life where I am very happy. I can say I'm fit. I ran half a marathon in the dark in a forest last year, so that's pretty good. I feel very strong. I lift weights. I have energy. I get up in the morning and go to work and give a lot of energy, and it's fine. And I'm happy and it's awesome. And I really love helping other people to go through that transformation as well. One of my core values is that I really believe that life is too short, and it just breaks my heart to see people wasting it through feeling shit and unhappy with themselves and in themselves. So that's my jam. So basically, I really like to help people. And that, I guess, is kind of what has inspired this idea for a little series. So basically, I was having a conversation with a client and we were talking about a subject, and I gave her some advice, and it was really good. She was really happy. Brilliant. Happy days. Later on in the same day, I had pretty much the exact same conversation with a different client. And again, was able to talk it through, give some advice, happy days, sorted. And it got me thinking when I was walking out of the gym on my way to my car that, there are lots of common issues that people have. And the advice that I gave to those two separate clients would probably be useful for lots of different people as well. So I thought, if I start recording my responses to some of the conversations that I'm having with my clients, then that way maybe I can help more people, because I will be able to share this message far and wide. So that's the inspo behind this. So without further ado, what I'm going to be talking about today is weight fluctuations on the scales. So if my clients are looking to lose some fat or change their body, something I always encourage is to track their process. I do encourage them to track the process, but also their progress. So heaps of different ways you can track your progress. Progress photos, I would say, is arguably my favorite. You can measure your body with tape, but really the most common one is by using body weight scales. Now, body weight scales are a really useful tool for seeing trends over time. The reason I say that is because when you step on a body weight scale, it is literally weighing your whole body. So, of course, that includes any fat that you have that you want to get rid of, but it also includes everything else: your bones, your muscles, any undigested food, any waste products. And I mean your poos and your wheeze. When I say waste products, that's all in there. And your body water. Our bodies are made up of 50 to 75% water. So when you step on a scale, you're seeing all of that, not just your body fat. And because the human body is just wonderful, there are lots of weird and wonderful things that happen inside the body that is way beyond my scope to go into. But all of those weird little funny things can really influence the number that you see on the scale when you step onto it. So, for example, if you have a menstrual cycle, you will know that there are certain times of the month where you are feeling bloated, and that is going to manifest itself on the scale. You might have eaten something really, really salty. That's going to cause you to hold on to more water when you step on the scale. That's going to manifest on the scale. You may have done a massive workout and you've caused damage to your muscles and therefore some inflammation while it is repairing itself, getting bigger and stronger, which is positive, and we want that. But that extra water is going to manifest itself on the scale. You might have eaten something very fibrous and filling that takes a while to break down in your digestive system. Until that has left your body, that is inside your body, and therefore it is going to weigh something on a body weight scale. So there are heaps of different reasons as to why the number on the scale might not be what you expect it to be, especially if you're trying to lose weight. You might see that, oh, it's going down, 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 and then randomly it goes up. And that can be a bit demoralizing. This actually happened to me this morning. So I am trying to tighten up a little bit. I'm going to a wedding in 4 weeks. I'm going to be a bridesmaid. And so I'm on a little diet. And I had nachos for dinner. And I was very good. I weighed my portions. It was all very right. Tick, tick, ticked my boxes. But I put kidney beans in my chili. And kidney beans are quite fibrous. And when I stepped on the scale this morning, I was 1/2 a kilo heavier than I was when I stepped on the scale yesterday. Now, I'm 100% certain that I did not gain 1/2 a kilo of fat overnight. What I believe has happened is I ate kidney beans. They haven't digested yet. They're still in my digestive system. And that is why I was randomly 1/2 a kilo heavier this morning. Okay, so it happens to everybody for various different reasons. It might not have been the kidneys, it could have been something else. But this is why something that I really encourage my clients to do, and something that I do myself, is to focus on their process goals. So rather than focusing on the scale weight every day, focus on just doing the right things day in and day out. So if you're trying to lose fat, keeping it into a calorie deficit, tracking your protein, keeping your steps high, doing your workouts, eating your veggies, drinking your water, all of these things that if you just do those every day, consistent, you're going to get results regardless of what the scale says. So process goals over scales. So I guess this is really more just a message of reassurance. If you're trying to lose fat and you've stepped on the scales and you're heavier than you expected to be, don't worry. It could be for a multitude of reasons and it doesn't mean anything. As long as you can honestly say to yourself that you are still sticking to your process goals day in, day out. One final thing that I will just say on this subject is your response to seeing the number jump up on the scales when you're not expecting it to. If you are like me and you go, oh, I'm 1/2 a kilo heavier than I was yesterday, must have been the kidney beans. Okay, I'm just going to move on with my life. Fine. Go hard, keep weighing, find that interesting, use it as data so we can track to make sure that we've got you in the right place. If you are a person who sees that gain and goes, fuck, this isn't working, I've screwed it up, I'm giving up, this isn't working, this is rubbish, give me some pizza and some cake, I don't know, screw this, I'm giving up, I'm moving on. If that person is you, stop weighing yourself, because it is that response where you just throw the towel in and give up, that's where the problem happens. And that's when you might then find yourself going into a calorie surplus, or I don't know. So use the scale as a tool for progress measurement, an interesting tool, and be aware that it will fluctuate every day for a magnitude of reasons we don't really know why, and it also doesn't really matter why. And if you can't do that, don't use them. Do the right things day in, day out, keep on top of your process goals, and use the other methods of tracking. Do your measurements 4 weeks in, take another photo 8 weeks in, you'll see the difference. And also, just one last point, it also doesn't really matter what you weigh. Nobody knows. I didn't tell you how much I weighed. Doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel in your body, in your energy, and how you look in your clothes. That's it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. That's all I said to my clients. If you have found that useful, you're welcome. If you think there's someone else that might find it useful, then please pass this on to them. And if there is anything that you would like to have a conversation with me about in the future, please reach out. I would love to help. Ciao for now.